here we are, back, ready for game two. First showing. So we've got five Meepos versus Bring Me the Lamp series. This is game two now. Game one was quite decisive, I would say. I mean, five Meepos put on a really, really good showing of force and coordination. With me, I've got Drum Pounder co-casting.
Hello.
Yeah, what are your thoughts and feelings on game one?
Game one was a treat. Just seeing the amount of aggression from both sides. I mean, the fight started before runes, and then really that was kind of what we got to watch and what we came to expect for the rest of that game. Um, just a lot of really nice team movement. Five Meepos did a great job moving around the map, moving as five, rolling that snowball down the hill, like we always say. Uh, they're just able to synergize the Dawnbreaker and the Spirit Breaker really, really well, and
Very
kind of had forced Bring Me the Lamp to kind of be on the back foot for a lot of it, and became tougher and tougher to farm. But yeah, I'm excited to see how the draft here lines up. Are we playing? I don't see.
Yeah, I got to pause right now. I'm gonna
Oh,
start it
nice,
up. Yeah.
great.
Radiance
Yeah,
ban.
be interesting to see how these lineups, if five meeples are going to go for something similar again, very strengthy, meaty, beefy, high
Only
Yeah,
10
tempo.
seconds.
how much do you try to protect against some of those things, and what do you
5
prioritize,
seconds.
right?
Hurry,
Is it
hurry.
the Dragon Knight? You gotta think. I don't want to play against that again, so we can't let them have it. Um,
Bring me the
the
lamp. Let's see what their bands are in terms of like
Dyer's ban.
Lycan, kind of in line with that fast, high tempo
Dyer's
strength
ban.
hero. We're seeing
Yeah,
this
nothing.
Windrunner band once again from five meepos.
I think it's got to be
10 seconds to pick.
one of the players on Bring Me the Lamp has to be
5
a
seconds.
super high
Hurry,
level
hurry. Radiance ban.
wind player, and the PA as well. That's both games in a row. They just ban those out right away.
Only 10 seconds.
Yeah, respect bands must be on the side,
5
quite
seconds
consistent. Oh,
remain.
Got to be.
I'm just admiring the five meepos, the logo banner. It's good art.
Dyer's ban.
Good job.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
10 seconds to pick.
not surprised to see the Night Stalker get banned out. That was
5 seconds. Hurry, hurry.
basically just ruins your support's day. And if you have ranged casting heroes, it's just a nightmare.
Yeah, very oppressive hero. I mean, we saw the Spirit Breaker and Dawn kind of like being able to capitalize on ganks, but
Dyer's
the Night
ban.
Stalker really the ability to just provide huge over vision of any fights and being able to get on top of heroes
Only
and
10
silence them is
seconds.
it's really hard to deal with.
5
Yeah,
seconds
it
remain.
really is, and just the tank ability and that bonus at night, it's a lot. So seeing the same bands again from five Meepos, Hoodwink.
Now I'm starting to think, did I accidentally select game one?
Radiance ban.
Because these
No,
bands are exactly the same, aren't they? No, we didn't see the
oh,
Night Stalker. Never mind. We saw the Night Stalker, so this
10 seconds
you
to
had me
pick.
you had me second guessing myself there, Lynx, but
5 seconds.
I
Hurry,
counted on the
hurry.
fact that you wouldn't do that.
I don't. I
These
don't
are the
count on
same
that.
bands though, and the
Radiant team
sniper
are now picking.
and the Dawnbreaker now coming out.
Yeah, so two of the heroes that we saw on the side of Five Meeples being banned out, so they are gonna have to adjust their strategy.
Dire team pick.
Magi on the side of Bring Me the Lamp, most likely support hero. Got a bit more meat on it. Not gonna fall as quickly as we saw the Rubik and
10 seconds
fall,
to
but
pick.
Good harassment throughout the game with
5
Ignite and
seconds
a
remain.
reliable stun. Pretty versatile hero. Good first pick. Do you see the Dragon Knight come out? Probably not, but they might be looking to secure that again. Super Nintendo Chalmers had free reign with Dragon Knight in the last one.
Radiance ban.
Ooh. Oh,
Wow.
yes.
Wow.
These are
All
the
right.
spicy picks I want to see.
First pick
Poker.
Invoker. Not messing around here.
Invoker, a strong hero. The
Only
challenge of the
10
hero is the
seconds.
actual just playing of the hero, but
5 seconds. Hurry,
I played
hurry.
against a Grandmaster Invoker last night, and I don't have to tell you how that game went, but not in my favor.
Yeah, wasn't on your side. Wasn't on your draft.
No,
Why does it
and
always happen like that?
I mean the hero itself has the weakness of BKB, right? It's a very magic dependent hero, and BKB kind of gives you reprise from the onslaught that this hero puts out for a little bit. But a skilled Invoker player can just like nuke down enemy heroes, and just have such a presence in fights that it's be quite tricky to play against.
And what do you think here? Just safe to assume we've got a mid Invoker, or what do you think of the
Radiance
pause
ban.
4 Invoker that you see every now and then?
Yeah, Invoker certainly has the ability to kind of take up that support position. Still has a lot of utility in its spells. So, I mean, the hero does love to have levels, and there are like few items that just make the hero work better. But
10
a good
seconds to
Invoker player
pick.
will be able to kind of pump out what it needs to with what it has. So,
5
see what
seconds
position the
remain.
five meeples decide to put this Invoker.
And you see the Dragon Knight ban here. I think really solid bans coming out from Bring Me the Lamp just based on the last outing. But um, yeah, going to force a completely different draft and probably a totally different feel here.
Yeah, we saw the five strength
Dire
heroes on the
ban.
side of five meeples, and now we've got four
Dire
strength heroes
team pick.
banned from Bring Me the Lamp, so they don't want to see that kind of lineup again.
Yeah, and seeing some of these burst heroes now coming out from the on both sides with Lion and Lena getting banned out. Um, that's a couple, you know, two
Radiant
heroes that do
team
similar
pick.
things and deal major burst
Rubik's.
damage and hex and stun. Rubik coming out from five Meepos. Okay,
Yeah, we saw the Rubik, I think, last on the Bring Me the Lamp side
we did.
as the first pick. Um, really, Rubik,
Only 10
nice to kind of
seconds.
take away from Bring Me the Lamp if you are showing an Invoker.
5 seconds. Hurry,
Rubik stealing
hurry.
Invoker spells is kind of a good hero to be up against because Invoker has strong spells to steal.
And such a great draft pick, because what it does now for the rest of the draft is it makes you think about, oh, geez, what are they going to steal from me, right? You've already got Ignite and a stun now. Everything else you pick is potentially in Rubik's hands at some point in this game.
Yeah, it gives you that extra layer that you have to think about for sure. We're going into this is not the reserve time, I hope.
I
Radiant
believe it
team
is,
pick.
It
Lynx.
is? Oh, they're Bring Me the Lamp's getting low on that reserve time. Pick out the
Yeah,
bristleback.
yeah.
Certainly, like Rubik, yeah, bristleback doesn't really have much that Rubik enjoys. I mean, he could
Dire
take
team are
quills.
picking. Keeper
It's not
Um,
as
of
it's not his top
Fate.
choice. It's not going to be top choice.
no, for sure.
Now, keeper is a little bit different
Dire
story.
team
Those are
pick.
some interesting spells you can steal, especially when we get into
Fantastic.
alts and everything else. But
Yeah,
Avenge
bristleback,
coming out.
Keeper of the Light. I mean, that's likely going to be a lane. Bristleback loves to have the chakra magic just to give that hero unlimited mana in the laning stage, which will
10
make them quite
seconds to pick.
oppressive.
Yeah, starting to look pretty solid
5 seconds remain.
on the side of Bring Me the Lamp.
I wonder if they're going five meeples, so they went all strength heroes. Let's see if they all go all squishy heroes.
Wow, yeah.
I want to see it.
Like, what are they going to pick? Draw Ranger? It's
Hmm.
just.
Silencer,
I almost
give
feel
them an
like these guys
AA.
draft based on aesthetic. Like they're looking for a certain motif, every time. Not to get too fancy, but I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
It's exciting.
you're sporting the name 5 Meepos at some point in the tournament, and I'm putting them up to this. You have to play a Meepo.
Absolutely. It should happen every. I don't want to put this on them. They've got to do it every game, but you know,
Radiant team are now
I
picking.
don't know, Lynx. You can
Look
say
at
the
it.
same
It's
for
happening. It's
us.
happening. Oracle.
It is happening. There's this complete style and mode going on here. Team Dagon should have to build Dagons every game, and we don't do that. So
Yeah. Oh, we're close. We do rock the
Only
Knicks. We
10
do rock the
seconds.
Quap. I think Dave built the Dagon
5
on
seconds remain.
Rubik one game, didn't he?
he did. Yeah. All right. Team
Radiant's
Dagon
ban.
holding up their end of the bargain.
Hmm.
Medusa.
All right. Good synergy, like cap on Bring Me the Lamp. Bakura
Dire's
working well
ban.
both on Bristleback and Medusa. Medusa's
Dire's ban.
health bar,
Gonna
after all, is her mana, so Keeper of the Light is a good hero to pair with that.
Yeah, and they were thinking 2 steps ahead with a really nice anti-mage ban following it up. I mean, well done. That's exactly what you do there.
Yeah, so now the 5 Meeples do have to think
Only
about
10
the timing
seconds.
and the clock, right? You go up against this Dusa that late game
5
is
seconds.
near
Hurry,
unsurmounted.
hurry.
Right now, they're not really sporting much late game at all.
Radiant's ban.
I mean, we've seen 5 Meeples like they pulled a position 3 Shadow Shaman in one game where it was all about tempo, it was all about pressure. So they might just not be worried about mid late game at all. They might have a strategy in place just to kind of apply the same kind of pressure we've
10
been
seconds.
consistently
Team
seeing
are
from
now
them.
picking.
Yeah, it almost seems like that's what's happening here. Like what are we gonna see? I want to say Queen of Pain for some reason, but I don't think they're that bold to do that.
I have no idea what hero they have left to pick. Like
That's great.
these
10
four
seconds to pick.
heroes,
Your team
like
are
who
now
knows
picking.
where they're putting them. Ooh,
There's the Queen of Pain. So
yeah, nice
I
call.
wanted to see this hero, and nice to see Bring Me the Lamp picking that up. Big burst damage. That's going to be something to steal for sure from Rubik, but comes down to outplaying your opponent and jumping on,
Only 10
getting
seconds.
all that burst damage, and getting out without losing too much.
5 seconds
So
remain.
curious on this last pick of 5 Meepos.
Yeah, a little bit more time. They got 38 seconds in the reserve bucket.
I have
Bring Me the Lamp did a good job kind of rushing through the last bit of that draft, and I think they did a good job with their bans and with that pick.
I feel like they're just gonna throw something like an Underlord out. Something that's just like so meat and potatoes in the center of a fight.
Ah,
Oh my
Silence
god,
is
they
the
did do
true
it.
hero.
They did do it. They're
gosh,
just memeing. They're
they're
just
going.
memeing with
This is a
these
meme draft.
lineups. The
Yeah,
squishy heroes. Like they go from absolute tank to absolute squish. Like I'm
yeah,
stoked to see how this goes.
yeah. Way to make it tough on the casters. I'm struggling with this one. I love it and I hate it at the same time, and um, kind of gonna give it to Bring Me the Lamp here. Gonna give it to them for hats as well.
Yeah, they are definitely sporting a lot of shine. All 5 of their heroes are well polygoned and well
10
shined.
seconds to pick.
Gonna give it to them for the draft because it's more conventional, and I think they
5
represent
seconds. Hurry, hurry.
the lanes in a bit more of a you know
I
typical
I'm
sense.
I'm
But
tipping my hat to 5 Meeples for the ballsiness of this draft and seeing Invoker, Oracle, Rubik. These heroes are going to have to play in the end of skill and Silencer. It's going to be damage, but it's going to be all positioning. Um, if this game goes late, like it'll be curious to see how 5 Meeples makes their draft work in the late game. Yeah, this will be. Where do you think these heroes are going on the side of 5 Meeples?
I'm sorry.
If you have
I
to
don't.
throw out a guess, like
Um, let's if I have to, let's say Oracle mid, Silencer pause one, Vengeful, um, 4 Invo 3 and Rubik 5.
Okay.
I think that's all over the map, what I just said, but it's going to be a lot of fun to watch, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm guessing, okay, it's going to be a Silencer 1, Venge 3.
Yep.
God, I don't know. I don't know. We're about to find out. Let's see how these lanes shake out.
Let's have a good
So
game
on the
of
side of
check.
5 Meepos, we're going to have Super Nintendo Chalmers rocking the squishy Silencer. We're going to have Pony Ride walking the squishy Invoker. Obear is going to be on the squishy Oracle. That's going to hopefully provide some sustain for their team. Juvu is playing the Rubik, also very squishy. And on the squishy side, last, Vikramond is playing the Vengeful Spirit. Oh, I think they're gonna
So who is the least squishy on that side? If we have to, oh gosh, just
Silencer,
running
I
right up.
think.
Could be the silencer. But hey, we went from 5 melee to 5 range. They're just running in.
I know I still have to introduce the side of Big Lamp. I'll get to it after
30
this.
seconds.
The action's already started. We still have 30 seconds before the
Uh,
runes, so
Neither team wasting time to engage
when
again.
her name comes out on a Super Nintendo Charmers, they just poking at each other. Who's going to overextend? Who may have
Nintendo
already
is
overextended?
getting low.
Wrapping around.
We have the light going out. Oh, just barely.
Waddle just about enough to bring him down.
Oof.
Dream of Pain coming out.
God, I really hope this
But
match
no
ends in a
deaths.
big
No
Both,
deaths on either
cosmic
side.
significance.
both teams just testing each other right off the bat. Same as last match.
I mean, good
Going to be an
movements on the
exciting one.
side of 5 Meepos. That's going to secure them 3, I
They
think.
get 3 there, yeah.
So on the side of Bring Me the Lamp, we've got Almost Best Girl on the Medusa in position 1. Malagia playing the Keeper of the Light. We've got Shazaz in the mid lane on the Quap. Bring Me the Light, Tozu Ficum. This was this is maybe a new player sitting in? Maybe not. Ogre
One of the
Magi.
players, yeah, one of their players, but I guess rotating in on the second game.
And last, we got Cygnus on Bristleback. Okay, so here we go. This
Oh,
is Silencer 1. I think we both called that one. Oracle 5, yeah.
yeah.
That checks out for me. We've got Invoker Med, yeah. That's
That's right.
quite vanilla, quite standard. So that leaves Venge and Rubik in the offlane.
Probably going to do that, pause 3.5, you know?
Yeah. Really, there's these kind of like pairings where both heroes enjoy a bit of farm. They don't necessarily need to be the sole farm grabber in the lane. And Venge and Jubu, Venge and Rubik and pair like those heroes.
Well, I think, again, the Bring Me the Lamp has kind of done a good job setting Medusa up for some success here. Coddle's going to be able to provide a whole lot of, what ends up being health for Medusa, and a lot of harass with her Q as well.
Yeah, very hard. Like we saw the Keeper of the Light pick just pairs so nicely with either Bristle or Medusa. It's going to be a
Yeah,
Bristle, but of course, as soon as the Medusa comes out, like being able to provide that hero with near endless health is
that damage.
such a
It's only
lane
level 1,
domination.
but comboed up with the snake, they're going to be able to control this bottom lane, and they're pushing it out right now, but
Yeah,
need to do some dewarding, I think.
I'm gonna be interested to see the or the Illuminate if Rubik ends up taking it, because that's a nice spell with a damage add.
Oh yeah, you
Rubik,
take that every time. Jubu kind of poking in a little bit. Could have paid out the stun from Venge. Damage coming out onto Coddle.
so far only 6 last hits on Medusa.
Might be able to spot out this courier. Not gonna quite get it.
Let's see what the mid matchup looks like. Invoker, I mean, Guap, we see these heroes often in the mid lane. Both heroes do kind of or decent mid lane kits. We're seeing the Quas and Wex on the Invoker quite common at this point for the hero.
Invoker not opting to get the bottle here. We're probably going to likely see the bottle come out on Queen. Oh, she's already got it, yeah.
Top lane, I mean, two squishy heroes. Silencer's quite impressive, honestly. Find Glaives of Wisdom if you're consistently right-clicking and harassing. The Glaives of Wisdom does tend to kind of stack up and feel quite nasty. But
Oh yeah, no, Bristleback does not like the magic damage that's going to be coming from that combo. Oracle can deal a ton of burst damage and make you look really, really weak.
do see two null talismans on Super Nintendo Chalmers. Gonna want to see some movement speed on the hero soon to be able to make sure you can position yourself well. And
Yeah,
kind
he's
of
not the fastest.
yeah, it's kind of the vulnerability of this hero is it doesn't have an innate escape. Very squishy, so your movement and your positioning is so crucial on the hero. Both sides kind of duking out. No first blood yet. We're getting a bit low. Getting hit by
Nice
snakes.
damage from the snake, yeah.
Yeah, definitely the safe lane for the Radiant side does look quite strong and going to be hard to play into. Pushing the lane out quite consistently, but just have enough sustain between those
Oh.
two heroes that they can
Nice
just
volley shot coming out from Medusa here. Yeah, and the sustain that this Medusa is going to be able to have really, really set up nicely. Definitely a strong lane combo.
So we got two Wraith Bands for Invoker. Can be quite right-clicky, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and honestly, right-clicking really, really well in lane here. Just a slight bit ahead of Queen, but one wave ahead of Queen right now. But she's just able to secure so easily with the Scream.
She does have that level 6 now. Let's see how she ends up. Is she gonna try to get a kill in the mid, or...
This is where, you know, I think she goes top, and I think
Look at this.
Rubik coming in, Jubu fairly low, but Super Nintendo able to pull down the Bristleback. That burst damage coming out from Oracle.
Yeah, both these heroes, Oracle and Silencer, are high damage even in the lane, so even Bristleback is feeling the pressure.
He doesn't like that. The magic damage is a lot to contend with. He'd rather be meleeed and hit in the back or shot in the back to at least trigger some full stacks. But
Getting
big damage coming out on the
low.
Ogre here.
He's super low, just needs one more. Just needed one more Purifying Flames.
Overextended just enough. Nice rotation coming in from Queen. Big double kill for Bristleback here.
He almost had it, but you see all the squishiness of those two heroes. If you have to extend into the enemy team to try and secure a kill, it puts you in a very vulnerable spot.
It looks like a rotation happened here, and they were able to pull down the Medusa. Queen answering back. Oh, was her ult was interrupted? Did it? Is it no? But it's not on cooldown. That's interesting. She was just about to hit her Sonic Wave and was stunned by Venge. Both teams starting to rotate and move around the map and switch things up a little bit.
Shazaz has already kind of showed themselves in both top and bottom lanes, so very good to be active on the map to kind of support these other lanes and keep their team.
Queen now with 4 points in the Scream. She'll be able to farm up pretty quick.
3 heroes on the Dire side in this bottom lane right now. Might be looking for a kill, but
Bounty.
dang.
Some nice movements from Keeper of the Light there, just to kind of get out of vision and looking to hit some damage here. Nice.
Keeping the pressure on. Looks like the 5 meeples are going to shift now top, but likely the Bring Me the Lamp is aware of this rotation.
You got to think Connell would be shouting out, "Hey, they're coming through
Yeah,
the gate right
Ogre
now."
TPing out.
They'll be able to just kind of avoid this.
Keen and ready, but Quap is in the top lane now too. It looks like both teams want to potentially scrim here. The Oracle.
Yeah, I don't know. It's looking so squishy from the side of 5 meeples right now, and Oracle going down like a bag of sand here.
Yeah, we saw the advantage that 5 meeples had with the amount of strength and health that they had. You can kind of... Fights can kind of shake out in a more messy way if you have the health bars to kind of compensate, but if you're as squishy as they are now, like, you have to be very careful about how these fights start.
We haven't seen a global silence. There it is. Ooh, able to pull down the Ogre Magi here. Bristleback in a lot of trouble. Going to be taking some damage, but getting a lot of cool stacks.
Nice screen.
Huge ult from the Queen of Pain. Absolutely devastating the side of 5 meeples.
Tower is under siege.
Yeah, secures the nice, turns that fight very well around for the side of Big Lamp. The squishiness of the heroes under that scream, you just see how nasty that can be.
And it's only going to get stronger. I
Tower is
mean,
under siege.
one of my favorite mids in the game right now.
They are going to take down this top tier 1. First tower going down.
Tower has fallen.
Super Nintendo Promise doesn't seem to care. Let me hit the tornado here. EMP comes out. Doesn't quite hit.
The tricky one. I've been trying to get the tornado EMPs to work well, and I don't know. There's an art to it. There's an art form to it.
Yeah, I think you just got to be real fast.
Your tornadoes as you level up. I think Wex or Quas. The length of time that they're up in the air changes, so you kind of have to adjust when your EMP is going off to the tornado. Bit of a weird one.
Radiant's bottom tower is being
Now the 5 meepos pressuring this bottom tower with a catapult. Doesn't seem to be quite contested on it
Chipping
yet.
away at it, but not a ton of tower damage from these guys at the moment.
Radiant's bottom
Bring the lamp,
Connell in
dude.
some trouble here. Off his ult.
tower is being attacked.
They're able to burst down this Oracle.
He's alive. He's dead. Yeah, level
You need
6.
to be careful. Bristleback's going to come in. Big ult from the Queen of Pain. As Bring Me the Lamp just kind of rotate in and catch a few 5 meepos out.
Yeah, we're seeing good side and coordination on the side of Bring Me the Lamp. They're showing up to these fights where they need to be in, kind of really putting the hurt on them if choose to engage and fight.
Dire's bottom tower
Her ult is always on cooldown, which is exactly what you want to see from your Queen.
Dire's bottom
Just
tower has
moving
been
around the
denied.
map and
Bastards.
taking farm, making things happen for your team.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied. Bastards.
Billy.
Pressure's on. Pressure's on from Bring Me the Lamp. Starting to pull forward just a little bit.
Yeah, certainly 5 meeples is choosing a more difficult draft to execute at this point. The amount of squish on their team.
Absolutely.
You definitely want to see these level 6s come out on these heroes. It'll make a big difference for them. Particularly for Oracle and Rubik. They'll be able to start putting in some more pressure in these fights. Looks like we're going
Yeah.
Witchblade on the Invoker. I think there's a Witchblade also being done on the Silencer as well. A swap on the Bristleback. He's quite low, getting even lower. Able to
Takes a
run
lot
out
to take
though.
him down. This is kind of what they want. They want you to chase him around. Medusa, Ruby's gonna be brought down here.
Oof. And comes out to secure that
Dagon
kill.
already out on Queen. Wow.
Looking much better on the side of Bring Me the Lamp at this point for how this laning stage is ending, and we're going now into mid game.
How soon does this potentially become a snowball
I
that
mean,
just gets completely out of control?
Bristleback is just only going to get harder and harder to take down. They don't necessarily have any sort of break on the side of the 5 Meepos unless they build themselves a Silver Edge.
And even this here, just taking those ancient stacks is devastating. That drives me nuts when that happens. It hurts when you're.
You know, you put all the effort to try and get yourself some nice net worth for your team, and then it becomes the enemy just snatching your purse away.
Yeah, all that XP.
Radiant has lost their top tower.
It's just a matter of time and how much time will 5 Meepos have to get these things that they need online.
Hey, Billy in chat. He's liking the
Right.
Invoker and Silencer to counter Dusa. Yeah, certainly. The EMP is going to work huge for taking away that health bar of Medusa. Silencer too. Also, like you chip away at the hero's int, and suddenly her health bar doesn't seem so big as it does, even with the
Scoping them out.
coddle.
Their side of the Dire here is smoked up a little bit. Trying to get some vision down.
That should help.
Is this what 5 Meepos want, though? Do they want to start fighting at this point? Probably, if anything, just be looking for a pick-off, but...
I feel like you do have a lot of time pressure on the side of 5 Meepos. Dusa getting bigger, Bristleback, the more items that hero gets, the more daunting it becomes to take down.
Next Tornado, I'm going to catch the Bristle and the Medusa here. EMP coming out. It's going to miss.
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
Just some aggression on this tower. Kind of little the Dire can do to stop this.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
Starting to see the spells getting picked from the Rubik here, having a volley shot come out.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Meatball comes down. Tower's still taking tons of damage. Queen of Pain able to come in and follow up. Burst down the Oracle. Lots of aggression coming out. Ubu goes down.
No more couriers die with a stench of evil on their
Just overall, quite just a solid fight coming out from Bring Me the Lamp. I mean, with a lineup like this that 5 Meepos has, you don't really have a front line, and usually what you can kind of compensate with is mobility, but they don't have that either. They don't really have the mobility either, so they're kind of just left to face down this team, not really having a whole bunch of health. It's the spells. They just have to perfectly kind of time their spells on the Rubik and the Invoker to try and get these fights going in their direction.
Yeah. Big challenge right now.
Bring Me the Lamp asserting themselves into the triangle of the Dire. We're seeing this, the Meeples are doing this to them in game 1, but how the turntables.
Oh, the turntables. I love it.
Bristleback just now has enough gold for the Agnums. They are getting surrounded now by all 5. And
This is what they've
Silence
got
is
to do. They
out.
just gotta find a pick off and get some momentum swaying their way.
Nice pickup for sure.
Well, and you can see, like, it's not that these heroes can't deal a ton of damage. You just have to be in the right situation for it. And
Mhm. Yeah, margin for error is very tight for this lineup, I think. Let's see. In terms of, let's see what the net worth is showing now. Yeah, bit of lead on the Dusa and the Quap. Particularly on the Quap is sporting about 2k gold on top of everyone else. Bring Me the Lamp is shifting themselves top through the portal here. Putting themselves up potentially for an early Roche. Feels a bit early, doesn't it?
before Torm, yeah, a little bit.
I think they necessarily have any particular heroes that make Roche easier. It's Lardar, no Ursa, Troll
Could just
Warlord.
be, could just be farming up and just taking some map. Not looking to necessarily engage. You know, they're quite ahead in net worth at this point. So Medusa loves farm. Queen of Pain loves farm. Yeah,
I'm thinking Bringing Me the Lamp knows that as long as they're kind of sticking together for engaging in fights with good numbers, that 5 Meeples is going to have a bit of difficulty in these fights. These
Five
kind of
Meeples
like,
is split up right now.
and like in terms of having a playmaker on their lineup, like we do have Venge now has Sanjiasha. This hero is universal. Lots of stats on the hero. It's gonna start being able to chunk a bit of damage out and certainly like high armor, decent amount of health at this point, so start
Yeah, I
to
like
see
it.
some stability. Oh, and there's the scream out. Nintendo Chalmers going down. Do the scream. Give me the lamp. I think are just going to start applying pressure onto this tier 2 top.
Yeah, as soon as Five Meeples split up in any way, they lose they really do lose a lot of that kill potential. In a 5v5 situation right now, it's also not favorable. So trying to create situations where they can find a pick off is going to be a real challenge for the rest of this game.
Do have a smoke. 5 Meeple is going to
Smoke
look
here.
to defend this.
So they've kind of had enough. They just want to stand their ground a little bit here.
Yeah. I think the Venge kind of sporting the highest amount of health resilience now is kind of their front line.
Could just be looking for a swamp, maybe just catch somebody out, get that pick off.
But give me the lamp. Kind of aware that
Hang,
the enemy is aware of their advance. Not
hang
rushing
out.
anything. They'd be happy to let 5 Meeples make the move and have themselves in a better position to counterattack.
15 seconds. They're probably, well, they're likely just waiting for Queen of Pain's ult to come back online, about 10 seconds away.
Venge getting the spell, but Coddle just doing what they can to kind of push out the lane, hold the front of the line. Just consistently applying pressure to this top lane. 5 Meeples just looking to grab farm where they can and pick up the items that
Splits
make.
them up, and that creates a lot of problems where someone gets left behind and ends up getting caught out, and that'll be the Oracle here.
I don't think 5 Meeples wants to take a full-on fight. They're kind of still in that mode where they'd prefer to kind of catch out one of the heroes or two of the heroes of Bring Me the Lamp, but they're doing well to stick together and just apply their pressure consistently here.
And the longer you wait, the less objectives you've got left, and they're just taking the towers here, going for a high ground push. Really, nobody there to stop them.
TP's
I
coming
think
in
this
now.
tower is about to go down, and they'll probably back here.
Swap going out.
Swap
Ogre is in. It goes down. Sounds comes out. Do pick up the Ogre for that. Power still standing on a sliver of health.
Incredible.
I mean, Invoker now invis, looking to potentially blow up here, but Lamp do retreat themselves to their vision, to the high ground. They do see the Invoker, still peeling back. Oh, 5 meeples, hopefully to regain some of their ground, deward, reset things to maybe start to apply some pressure there. This Medusa only getting bigger. She's got Eye of Skadi now and Manta Style.
Yeah, it gets to a point where you really can't leave her alone for that long, and it starts to get away on you real quick. Level 16, very efficient here, just able to kind of take a ton of the farm off the map.
The Agnums on Bristleback working towards Bloodstone. Those 2 items on this hero, it's going to be really hard to fight up against. Oh, EMP is good, but I feel like, I mean, it'll take off half your mana bar, even kind of in the
Yep.
late game, but only half your mana bar. And that's,
When you're up against a Coddle that just kind of can negate that with one spell, it's quite, that impact just doesn't feel quite as impactful. So yeah, I really think Coddle needs to be a focus. If they can find a pickoff on Coddle, a better chance at getting through some of the rest of it. Both teams kind of clumped together, but on different sides. It looks like they might be scoping out Roche.
Regeneration.
go ahead, TP to the top there. Hit it
Yeah,
on Roshan.
Yeah.
Was there, hoping to scout out, but is being left alone. Only 2 heroes up here right now for Meepos.
Oracle taking a ton of damage, gets the swap out from the Venge. Stun comes out on the Bristleback. And Venge is going to go down. Just too much. Huge Queen of Pain ult here.
These are the kind of engagements you don't want to be taking on the side of 5 Meepos. I mean, it's really hard to fight into what Lamp has at this point. They're all grouped up. It's a very hard prospect to try and contest them.
No way to test this Roshan. They're definitely on the back foot. Net worth's starting to get a little bit out of control, and
BKB being built on the Queen of Pain. Definitely a very good item to have against Invoker, against Rubik. Even against Silencer. The silence goes off before you BKB, the BKB will that off. Unless, does he have the... No, he went for the cannot be silenced. That's it. An interesting one, I don't know. I don't currently have a silence on the side of Lamp, so this facet isn't really going to do anything for her at this point.
no, I think it's just, it's tough. If you picture a silencer in an ultra late game scenario, it can be pretty devastating, but how do you get there with this much pressure coming out from Bring Me the Lamp?
They're putting themselves on the low ground here, but
I think their high ground defense could be pretty good. Swap comes out. Be a whole lot of damage coming out. The Ogre Magi does go down. Global Silence is down. The volley comes out. Silencer taking some damage here. Medusa's in. Gonna pop the Stone Gaze.
We're in a bit of trouble here under this Bristleback, but able to be force staffed out. Healing, and Bristleback getting low and goes down. Lots of damage coming out of the Silencer right clicks. The nukes in the back as well. It's decent high ground defense so far. Medusa.
Damage here. Medusa going in. Sonic Wave comes out, gets stolen. Rubik's going to be able to answer back.
Yeah, see how that Scream just did not face up as well against just a bit of meat and a bit of
Comes out,
tankiness.
trying to get Invoker out. Ventral's going to get the stun out, but probably going to go down to Medusa. This Medusa is just absolutely plowing through. And here comes some of that damage from... Going to push him all the way back into the fountain here. 5 Meepos is on the back foot. Molly comes out. Illuminate. And they're going to just try to look to chip away at these racks. Huge EMP there. That did a ton of damage.
Almost dodged it with the Manta. It's close. It's such a small little time that you can do it, but that skill shot. There
The
is
lamp is
here
relentless
now,
with the
but
push here.
just be careful. It's a bristleback you don't want to be able to stand in front of there.
EMP coming out here.
Lots of right clicks getting out on this Dusa.
This is not worried. She's going to use up the Aegis here. I think they kind of wanted to. They're going to just trying to take this Rax and get out. Taking a long time to do it.
And Sounds goes out. Dusa in the middle, pulling out her ult as well. 5 Meepos just gonna have to turn away, back off here a little bit. Brack will go down.
Secure the Rax here. Now is how far do they push it? How bad do they want to keep this fight going? Ogre Magic's going to go down here. Just kind of had to stayed in too long and couldn't really get out. Even Pain going to sustain some damage here. The high ground defense continues from 5 Meepos. EMP's going to come out, hits the Medusa. Bristle taking a ton of damage. He's going to go down here.
Gonna try and pick up what they can here. 2 heroes down on the side of the lamp.
Vengeance going to spot that out. Does he have swap?
No, 20 seconds for the swamp and Viz.
Viz comes
kind
out.
of here. They are throwing spells out to where they think they'll be. But she's just gonna scoot up.
Well, I hope they... This is where 5 Meepos has to be careful not to overextend and overplay their hand here. They're starting to just battle their way out of the high ground defense, which seemed like a 3-minute battle. Pretty intense.
Roll 1 rack going down. Quite a decisive, like, high ground. Side of the lamp, able to kind of just force themselves up there. Both Bristle and Medusa are just kind of tanky enough that 5 Meepos does have to be very careful on their positioning, and when they're applying pressure and moving forward, it's very hard for them in their lineup to kind of stand up to it. They don't have that sort of... Yeah.
They weren't leaving without those racks, you know? They
Yeah.
they were committed to that fight at all costs, and that's a great way to use the Aegis too. Why waste it? I think it was really well played from them.
For sure. Dusa now building towards Agnum Scepter. That's just a nice bit of lockdown that should be able to do on the side. And then 5 Meeples are going to be a little more in pain, and if they end up getting stuck where they are and not able to escape the damage.
Yeah, seeing some items come out here, the Orchid on the Invoker is definitely going to help. The more silence, the better. Gotta be careful here, not to...
He's looking.
Invo just trying to scope things out. Saw the Keeper, but was too fast. Gonna just kind of move back to his side.
Certainly with an Orchid and a Witchblade and a few good Invoker spells landed, this hero could take out a hero solo.
No doubt. And this is where it's going to be interesting to see how much time 5 Meepos has, because I think oddly enough, as it does scale into the later game, they can get pretty strong. They can continue these high ground defenses and not get picked off and start to move momentum.
Quite a
Mini Pain
pain.
coming in on Super Nintendo.
Bit of trouble here. Silences NTPs to try and get out.
Really heads up play here from Silencer to get
But the rest of the team now kind of engaged in this fight here. Booker getting swapped and saved out.
really nice save from Venge there to mitigate some of that damage from the Sonic Wave.
Dire's bottom tower under fire.
And they're fine to concede this tower. That was actually a really nice save from
Bottom tower is in
5 Meepos.
They will now start fighting this Tormentor. I don't think 5 Meepos is going to contest.
No, they can't, but they've still got high ground.
Looks like Dusa kind of ready to start applying pressure onto this bottom lane.
She knows she's strong. They've just completed the Scepter. Don't think they want to go super late. I think they want to keep the pressure up.
And certainly there are like Silencer working towards a silver edge now. We'll be able to break the Bristleback, and if Bristleback's not careful, he can kind of go down very quickly.
And I know they don't have global for, you know,
Pop
little
goes
while.
out. Coddle in behind there, goes down. Dusa ult goes out. 5 Meepos turning away. But the MP goes out, doing a nice burst on them. Spells coming out. Bristleback in some trouble here, but he's got the Bloodstone. Goes down. Overall, good high ground defense.
And this is exactly what we were talking about at the beginning and during the draft, is that swap has this unbelievable potential in the high ground scenario to single somebody out, start the fight on your terms. Because what happens then is your teammates come in to try to save you, and you're already down one. So really nice high ground defense from 5 Meeples here.
Bring me the lamp. 14k in the lead now, but they need to be careful on approaching this high ground. If they lose one too many fights here, we could start to see this swing into the 5 Meeples side.
2 or 3 like that, and it starts to look a little bit different. Still a long way to go, but really going to come down to minimizing any sort of mistakes here. Getting caught out at this point is going to be devastating for really either side.
We do see a pipe now on the Vengeful Spirit working towards Agnum's Scepter. I think those 2 items are going to make a huge difference.
Oh, he's going to
Nintendo
catch him.
sees, but doesn't really have a way to stop that.
No, not the right hero. No means to stop that, but
I think even if you, Force Staff pushed, it would still be channeling.
that would be. Teams are gonna scope out Roche here.
They are eyeballing Roche. Dusa in the pit. Picking this off. 5 Meeples likely aware, but they want to
Not
stick
really
to their
in
high
position.
ground.
No, just gonna concede the Roche and take a little bit of farm off the map before their next high ground deal.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
You have a Dagon 5 on the Quap as well as the BKB.
That's the potential to burst down just about everybody.
Pipe will kind of mitigate some of that damage, but it's scary to play into. Venge getting caught out here is TPing, and they just don't have any disables. Like Coddle and
Get out
Queen.
there.
He's working towards a Scythe of Ice.
Behold!
Silver's Edge coming out for Super Nintendo here. Gonna really benefit from the break here. Probably looking to see if they can single out this Bristleback.
It's a lot of like this. The Silencer is sporting a lot of attack speed right now. They kind of get themselves on top of a hero, Silver Edge, Hurricane Pike. Like that's going to be a lot of damage that pumps out kind of instantly. Oh, he's having engagement on the bottom. Oracle getting caught out here on the Dusa. They will go down. This goes out.
Oh, wow.
Hope what's happening here on the top. That's just to stop the Ogre from protecting themselves, and They'll trade support for support.
Kind of pulls them out of position. They may just want to walk up high ground here and start chipping away at this tower without the rest of the team to back it up.
I think they're
A lot
going
of pressure
out,
on
but
Super Nintendo here.
Balancer, Force Staff's out, getting ran at, gets taken down by the Quap. Lift going out. Has the Aegis, so happy to stand on this high ground and continue the onslaught. Bristleback
Doesn't
moving
mind.
in. Pressure to this vengeful spirit, but give me some work.
Really, really nice. Nice stuff coming from Bring Me the Lamp here. Just keeping that pressure up and dragging this fight out, using the Aegis to its maximum potential.
Juvenile sporting the Agnums. Probably haven't had this for a while and didn't notice, but Illuminate, Mystic Snake sitting on the high ground. This hero is going to be very hard to play into if you are trying to take a high ground. I think the Mystic Snake does get the eggs. I think so.
Yeah, he's got his abilities. They're locked and loaded. He's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
looking to switch those up anytime soon. Swapping his own Coddle.
Oh, huge
Sonic
scream.
Wave.
People getting low. Kill
Global's gonna
secured.
come out here.
Nintendo is in, but get close to that Deuce, able to force staff out. Quap in a bit of trouble here, but ooh, Bristleback applying good amount of pressure, taking out Oracle. Super Nintendo Chalmers going down. And it looks like this high ground is succeeding.
They're gonna call it at 40 minutes. It was a mountain to climb for 5 Meepos to try to find a way to stop this push. But wow, what a slugfest! These guys just beat each other up.
Good fights on both sides. I mean, very well played by Bring Me the Lamp. Just bringing forward a very consistent lineup and executing exactly how they need to. Yeah, I don't know, the heavy the strength lineup into this heavy sort of squish lineup. 5 Meepos are having fun with it. That's for sure. Um,
Absolutely, I think they created a bit of a challenge, obviously, for themselves, but you know, the potential to deal a lot of damage was always there. It's just having enough of those, creating enough of those opportunities to make it happen was another thing.
the
It
draft's
was
certainly an interesting one. Like you, it's so much about how the fights shake out. If you're able to get a pick off here, a pick off there, then you can kind of keep yourself well in the game that you can apply pressure yourself. But it's just kind of see how Bring Me the Lamp. They didn't really have to strategize too much, just in the sense that they just needed a few items on Bristleback on Medusa to kind of be able to have this lineup that's really hard to take down. Certainly the Quap being able to nuke down pushy heroes, like it's sort of like Nyx Assassin effect, where it's like if you're up against squishy heroes that do high nuke damage and burst are just going to enjoy the fights so much.
Yeah, I think when we saw that Queen of Pain come out, it was like, okay, well, good luck. Like that's really going to be a lot to deal with
Pipe
when you have
didn't.
squishy heroes and that kind of burst damage that you're up against. It's scary.
Yeah, we didn't see the pipe until the 32-minute mark. But I mean, the lineup that they have, there's not a lot of great options to put a pipe on. Venge certainly a good option for it, but didn't see the Agnum Scepter until much later too. The hero has the potential to kind of be the grounding for the team, but very hard lineup to execute, I think.
For sure. Really good matches though. Fun to watch. Fun to kind of see how people are doing and what they might be willing to pull out of the bag of tricks. Very
Mhm.
entertaining.
Yeah, and making it fun, right? Like that's what it's all about. Is just kind of having these skirmishes, but also just seeing what interesting lineups, what synergies can kind of be pulled out and attempted. Overall, is
Absolutely.
just a joy to watch.
It was a pleasure, Links. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you to the
Fun as
viewers,
always.
everyone who's viewed on the live stream and on the view. Overall, like we're in week 3 now, moving into week 4, I think, and been a good tournament so far. Hopefully, everyone's enjoying it, and